Hey everybody, it's Jordan here with Major Hi-Fi, back with another review. Today we've got an electrostatic headphone in, another one, and we're going to dive into that. But first, I'd like to invite you all to like and subscribe down below. It helps us out and it'll help you get more videos just like this right into your feed. So, today we've got the Warwick Acoustics, Bravura, and Sonoma Model 1 electrostatic headphone system. It's a complete system, a DAC, an amp, and a headphone, and it comes in at about $6,995. You can buy the parts separately, the headphones for $2,395, and the amplifier DAC for $4,600. So it's taking a step up from the Mini Shangri-La, which we just reviewed a couple weeks ago here, into a more luxury-oriented, less beginners-oriented electrostatic system, and I can't wait to break it down for you, so let's jump right into the review. In the box, you get the Bravura headphones, the Sonoma Model 1 amp, the proprietary headphone cable, an external power supply, a USB to USB-A cable, and quick start guides. Make no mistake, the Bravura is a luxury audio system. As such, the build quality on these headphones and DAC amp are exquisite. The headphones use magnesium injected ear cups and complement them with handmade sheep hair ear cushions. The headband is a hand-stitched leather, and with its integrated design, the headband provides a pretty light but well-suspended system for the headphone. The headphone is just really light on your head. And this is where I'll mention that it actually weighs in at just 403 grams, so it's really light. So on paper, this is a very comfortable headphone. It's lightweight, it's got attention to detail in the ear cups and headband, and everything feels good except for one thing that I'll nitpick, which is the clamping force. I did find that the clamping force is a little bit tight. Now with the ear cups and headband, this does cushion things out and make things a little bit better distributed across the head, but I wear glasses. For me, it felt just a little bit tight and noticeable in longer listening sessions. Now, the amp is a thing of beauty, though it does have its brawny side. It's made from CNC machined aluminum, which provides the shape and structure of the Sonoma Model 1. And so on the front, you get the digital to analog switch. So basically, you can choose between your digital source or your analog source. Of course, you get your volume pot, which has a nice feel. Lots of steps, very accurate. And then you've got your proprietary headphone output. Then on the back, you get your power switch, your power input. You also get a USB Type B port for your digital sources, as well as a coaxial input, also for digital sources. And then you've got your analog inputs, as well as a switch that lets you control which analog input you would want. You've got RCA inputs, as well as one single-ended input. So tight clamping force aside, the Warwick system provides really robust build quality. It's reliable, the headphones are lightweight, the DAC amp is really well built, the switches feel good, the knobs feel good. So overall, the Bravura, the Sonoma, both built exceptionally well. Now, as I've mentioned, this is an electrostatic system. The Bravura is an electrostatic headphone, and the Sonoma Model 1 is an electrostatic DAC amp and energizer. The Bravura uses HPEL single-ended transducers, which means that it requires a Warwick Acoustics DAC amp energizer. And you might as well just get the Model 1, the Sonoma Model 1, while you're at it, because it's a great system, and it's designed to work together as a team. Now, the DAC stage on the Sonoma M1 is an ESS Sabre 32-bit DAC chip, which is one of the industry standards. Of course, there's AKM, and compared to AKM, this would theoretically be on the brighter, more neutral side. Spoiler alert, that's not exactly what happens here, but that's what they're using as the framework for their DAC. And I'll remind you that the whole point of a DAC's quality is in its implementation and not just in the chip itself. It also uses an AKM Premium ADC and custom 64-bit double precision fixed point DSP. So this makes for a very linear, low noise and low distortion system. Now, the HPEL transducers need a high voltage drive amplifier to run them, and so the Sonoma Model 1 provides a high performance single-ended discrete FET Class A amplifier. And on that note, it operates on a high level bias, which means that you're going to get an even more linear sound from the amplifier. So getting into the sound impressions, overall, I was really surprised with how this headphone sounds. It's much more warm and lush than I expected. Again, like I said, with ESS stacks, I usually expect a brighter, more detailed sound. And this, while very detailed, was warmer, more relaxed, perhaps darker. And we'll break down the frequency response and get into exactly why it sounds this way. So starting with the bass response, this packs a lot of punch for an electrostatic headphone. Gone are the days of electrostatics not being able to provide adequate bass response. I actually found this to do more than enough. I was happy to get more than enough. I got more than my money's worth in bass response. So the sub bass goes really low. There's a nice punch to it, but it's not just like a rat-a-tat-tat type of thing, as I embarrass myself with the rat-a-tat-tat reference. It's more of a forceful boom in the bass response on bass hits. But it's not just the initial impact of the bass response that's so good here. It's also the texture of instruments. I'm specifically thinking of bass and cello, stringed instruments. Just the texture of the bows going across the strings really came across naturally and clearly to me, and I was really impressed with this. Anything from classical to hip-hop, I was enjoying. Bass on Kendrick Lamar or low end on Shostakovich's Symphony No. 10. All of this came through with great precision, great attack. And I'll also note the decay is also really good. It's not a slow decay, but it gives a natural decay that allows sounds to enter and disappear really naturally. Now getting into the mid-range, this was my favorite part of the headphone. I found it really clear and really precise. Listening to vocals, I was struck by, again, the texture of vocals and just how natural voices sound. Instrument separation is fantastic. Dynamics are really good. But specifically, I just found for pop, rock, anything that's vocal forward, this does a really good job at putting that forward while also staying a little bit relaxed and a little bit restrained. It's not like an Odyssey headphone, for example, that really pushes things forward. This feels really natural, mostly linear, but still a bit warm in tonality and timbre. And then now getting into the treble response, I found this to be the most surprising part of the headphone's frequency response. It's a dark sounding headphone, and so the treble has a little bit of a veil to it. Now, this isn't a bad thing. For people who like a warmer, darker, more relaxed sounding headphone, they're going to appreciate not having such an attacking high end. I found cymbals to, rather than shimmer and shine, do more of a float like a wave passing through, you know, that type of thing. So it's softer and more delicate with the details and the attack. So if you like a brighter, more analytical sound, these may not do it for you. But if you like a warmer, relaxed sound, this is a really, really good implementation of that type of direction. And then getting into the sound stage, I found it medium soundstage. You know, things weren't like ultra wide like you might get in a Susvara, although that's a planar magnetic headphone, but similar price ranges. It's not quite that wide, but it's also not narrow. It is a little bit more of an intimate experience with more attention to imaging than sheer width. So overall, a pretty good soundstage. Not the widest, but appropriate for a warmer, darker headphone. So overall, fans of warmer, darker headphones, like I just said, are going to really love this product. I think if you're looking for something with the technical chops of an electrostatic headphone, but the soul of a warmer headphone, this is a great place to start. I mean, starting at $7,000 for a system is a lot for some people, but if you're looking to get an all-in-one system, a DAC, an amp, and a headphone, all for $7,000. This is a really compelling package. It's got great bass response, really clear mids, really premium build, a veiled but relaxing top end, and a solid soundstage. So overall, I'd say this is a pretty good headphone. And if you want to get into more luxurious electrostatic headphone setups, this is a great entry point. So thank you for tuning into this Major Hi-Fi video. Again, I'm Jordan, and again, if you could like and subscribe, that really helps us out, and it will help you, like I said in the beginning, get more videos just like this right into your feed. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.